Welcome back to the Softball Speakeasy podcast. It is the season 2 finale. What the heck? How crazy how far this podcast has gone. If you're new here, my name is Kelly Torres and I just finished playing my first professional season with the Texas Monarchs. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I suggest that you go back in some of our earlier episodes in season 2 and follow along the WPF League. During season 2, I interviewed my fellow pro ballers and gave you an insight of what professional softball looks like. If you're not new here, you may be wondering what the heck is going on. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm sitting in a reclining chair, one of those that you put out in the ballpark, and I'm in a location that you guys never seen before. So I'm sorry if it looks a little bit ratchet, but I wish that you can see the apartment behind the camera. It's crazy. I am in the middle of moving into Clemson and I'm super excited to give you a little life update on that. But before we get into that, you've guessed it, this episode is brought to you by the Softball Sanctuary. The Softball Sanctuary is the place to be. If you're not already looking through their website, getting some velo balls, looking through their programs, I don't know what the heck you're doing, because if you want to improve your game, check out the Softball Sanctuary. You'll get your velo up and you'll protect your arm, and that is going to help you in the long run. So check them out at thesoftballsanctuary.com and use code SPEAKEASY for 10% off at thesoftballsanctuary.com. I did want to start off this episode with a quick apology. Season 2 has not been as consistent as season 1, and for that I'm so sorry. There has just been so much in my life that has been thrown at me, and I'm trying to juggle a million things and trying to keep up with you guys, but also really make sure that my next chapter is set and I'm on. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. And I do want to say thank you if you have been keeping up with season 2. My goal for this season was to open eyes and get a little bit of a lens into the professional landscape. And we're not nearly near the potential softball can have. And it's such an exciting sport and it's fun and people love it. I mean, look at how much attention college softball gets. Now, look at all these amazing players that are finished with college and you love them so much, and now they're playing professional. And, I'm excited to see what's going to happen, especially within the next couple of years of professional softball, because now there's a lot of players who have been playing for a while and want to continue to play. If you've been following along on YouTube, you saw how the WPF League ended and who the champion was. Now, if you've been using this podcast as your little information guide into the WPF League, I'm here to tell you, drum roll please, that it was the Texas Smoke who won. If you've been keeping up, it comes to no surprise that they won. I mean, the entire season they had one loss, and it was by the Texas Monarchs in the first weekend of the entire league. But I mean, you got to tip your cap off to them. They are a very good team. They have USA players. They have Chow, the girl who invented the bat flip in softball. Well, not invented, but was the first to do it. I mean, they have an insane pitching staff. And I was talking with my other teammates about this, that if that pitching staff was on any college team, they're winning the Natty. Like, hands down, they're winning the Natty. They have an amazing pitching staff put together. And although we lost, I am so proud of how our team, the Monarchs, and honestly all the other teams, the Tidal Wave and the Adelitas, came out and played. You can tell who the new kids on the block were. I mean, all the girls on our team were freshly out of college. We had a couple of vets who really helped us along. The Tidal Wave, same deal on their side. They were freshly out of college. And the Adelitas, they put together a hell of a team. They really did. They were scrappy, and the Coastal Wave, I feel like we really matched up with them the best, and that was more of a game to watch. But again, it's all brand new, and if you're helping grow the sport and watching this podcast and watching professional softball, thank you, because that's what we got to do, to make these teams better and to give us, better accommodations and better facilities to play in, and for you guys to watch. It's to do this and to just give it attention and give it love so we can #grow softball. Now on social media, I put out, what do you guys want to hear on the finale? And a lot of people have said, Give us life updates. What's your role at Clemson going to be? And what's next for the podcast? So I am in Clemson right now, and my apartment's a mess, like I said earlier. There are just things everywhere. I got here 2 days ago, right after my season ended. Our season ended, and I left Texas around the 17th. I flew down to Florida, which is where I'm from, and I had 1 day to see my grandparents, my parents, the dogs, my best friends, and it was a great 1 day, but super hectic because the next day I drove up to Clemson and I had my Mustang all packed up with all my things. And now I'm here a couple days into Clemson, have really no furniture. I'm trying to put things away as best as possible. So life has really been just moving really fast. For those who were wondering what I'm doing at Clemson, so I am in the graduate school here as well as on the coaching staff. So I'm getting a master's of science in applied psychology with a concentration in health psychology. And I hope I can do my thesis on meditation or some type of mind-body practice for athletes and to see if that can improve their physical performance on the field. Of course, this is just the very beginning stages of all of this in the project. But as a testament, I've been meditating and I've been doing all that stuff, and I have seen my actual performance improve. And so I can't wait to actually put science and data behind it and to study something that just means so much to me. Now on the softball side, I'm going to be helping Clemson with their catchers and in the bullpens and whatever else they need a helping hand with. I am so excited because I feel like it's one of those positions that there's not a lot of coaches out there on, and I take so much pride in the art of catching because it is truly an art, and I can talk your guys' ear off just on catching. There's so much behind receiving and timing and how to make balls into strikes and how to talk to your pitchers, how to talk to the umpires, how to control the game, how to slow down the game, how to block and not just put your body in front of it, but direct it to where you want to go. If there's runners in certain positions, where am I going to block it in this moment? So if they go, I'm ready to throw and get my body in position. Throw downs, throwing from your knees, what your body is supposed to do, how to get velocity when you're not using your legs. Where do you get the torque from in your abs? The whole 9 yards. And I'm just so excited to be now on the other side of softball and to instruct and to just give my knowledge onto another generation of players. But it is weird. I'm not sure if I'm ready to be out there on the field and in a crowd like Clemson. I mean, Clemson fans are awesome. And I'm so excited that they're now on my side and not going against me, because if you've ever played in Clemson, you know how packed that stadium gets. So I might get, a little FOMO not being on the field and doing all that stuff, but I'm super blessed that I'm still in the game and I can still contribute in a really meaningful way. And for those wondering what's happening next season on the podcast, Rain and I are still in the works and we're still figuring out what we're going to be doing, but we are going to continue. And this podcast is only going to get better and it's only going to get bigger. I hope to give you insight into the Clemson season, and I hope Rain's going to give you insight into the Duke season, and we're not sure what that's going to look like yet, but come February of 2025, you'll be seeing us back on the mic and giving you an update week to week of what's going on in the collegiate season. This wraps up season 2. I'm not sure what else I could say, but I just want to make sure if you're a softball fan and you're looking for some type of softball content during the fall season, I say that you look into Softball Speakeasy and you just rewatch and re-listen some old episodes, get you a little bit excited for the 2025 season coming up. Now, coming in February of 2025, I'll be with the Clemson Tigers and Rain will be still in North Carolina with Duke softball. And so I'm excited to see how our perspectives are going to be next season. And I hope you guys tune in because we'll be back doing week by week episodes of the 2025 collegiate season. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I can't wait to see you guys come February of 2025. And be on the lookout because I did record a bonus episode But with how I am in grad school, it will be releasing sometime in the fall. And I'm sorry for that, but I'm already behind on my schoolwork. And I really want to make sure I'm attacking this master degree with all of my love and all of my attention. Thank you guys for listening, viewing, and subscribing. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. We're most active on the Instagram. So if there's a bonus episode that comes out, which it will, I just need to edit it. But for now, I'll see you guys next year. Oh my gosh. So much is going to be changing and I'm going to have so much to update you guys on. But for now, catch you guys February of 2025. Thank you for listening always and supporting this podcast. It means so much to Rain and I, and it means so much to the sport because you're helping grow the sport of softball. That's it for now. Thank you guys. Peace.